I believe that everybody has a story, and I'm fascinated to hear them. So come with me as we take a walk down Fascination Street.
Do you guys ever feel a prolonged lack of energy? Sometimes I do, and that means I'm not getting enough B12. What is B12? Well, B12 doesn't give you energy, but what it does is help your body convert food into energy by helping your body to produce more red blood cells. A lot of companies offer a B12 supplement in either beverage or pill form, but a lot of the B12 actually gets lost by the inefficiencies of the digestive system. Well, those days are over. Forget everything that you think you know about inhalation and imagine a world where inhaled products are designed for health and wellness. Imagine inhaled products engineered to be free of toxins and instead provide a functional benefit with every breath. Well, that world is now. Introducing electronic vitamin B12 from Inhale Health, a major breakthrough in vitamin B12 delivery. Inhalation allows vitamin B12 to be absorbed instantaneously when breathed in. Vitamin B12 inhalers provide a non-invasive, portable, and highly effective way to maintain peak vitamin levels. Each vape pen comes preloaded with 400 breaths, which is roughly a 1-month supply, and is already charged. You don't need to refill it, you don't need to recharge it. When you're done, simply throw it in the recycle bin and order another one. I love this product so much that I actually reached out to the company and asked them to sponsor my show. And they agreed. So here's what they're going to do. Every one of my listeners who goes to inhalehealth.com and orders any of their 7 different vape pen products is going to get a 10% discount plus free shipping when you put in the promo code FSP as in Fascination Street Podcast. So there it is, guys. That's inhalehealth.com, 10% off any of their 7 products, free shipping. Promo code FSP. So give it a shot. You'll be glad you did. And hey guys, you're welcome.
Hi everybody, this is Steve Owens from Fascination Street Podcast. I really appreciate your listening to the show. I'm having a lot of fun getting to talk to some really fascinating people, and I want to continue doing this, but I need your help. I need you to subscribe and tell people about the show. But the biggest thing you can do to help me is to rate and review the show on iTunes or wherever you listen through. As a special thank you, anyone who rates and or reviews the show, send me a screenshot as proof and I will mail you a set of 3 pair of silk cufflinks courtesy of my friends at Menlo House. You can send it via Twitter to @FascinationSTPD, via Instagram to FascinationStreetPod, or email me at FascinationStreetPod@gmail.com. I really appreciate all of you for listening and for helping. Thank you so much. Now let's get to this week's guest.
Welcome back, guys. This episode is with actor Sam Medina. Sam was nice enough to chit-chat with me while he was sitting in an airport waiting to go home. So, of course, there is some background noise from some of the announcements, but I think I was able to get most of those out. Sam has over 70 acting credits in television and film, everything from the Mothman movie to Olympus Has Fallen, Machete Kills, and of course, the Kickboxer series of movies. In this episode, we talk about growing up in Viet Nam, the events that got him here to America, rebuilding his entire life after Hurricane Katrina decimated New Orleans. We talk about Sam getting to work with the wonderful Kimbo Slice, and of course we talk about some of the projects that he has coming out soon, including Mile 22, which is in theaters right now, starring Mark Walberg, John Malkovich, and Ronda Rousey, directed by Peter Berg. The upcoming Tom Hardy flick VENOM, the upcoming animated ALITA Battle Angel, produced by James Cameron. Enjoy, guys. This is Sam Medina.
Yeah, talk to me, yeah.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, buddy, how are you, man?
I'm doing good. Is this a good time?
Getting settled into the airport, flying back to Las Vegas.
Sam Medina, welcome to Fascination Street Podcast. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your clearly busy schedule. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
So you're going back to Vegas?
Yes, that's where I reside now. So I fly all over the places, and I drive most of the time I drive from Las Vegas to Los Angeles. Sometime I fly.
Oh, cool. Are you going back home from working?
Yes, I was down here in New Orleans doing some meal prep for another film that we're doing at the end of this year. So I was in New Orleans taking care of some business. Now back to Vegas. Then after that, I think we are going. I have to stop next week, and I go to San Francisco and I come back before we go to the premiere for Mile 22.
Busy man.
No, man, I try to stay busy, man. You got to stay busy. If not, you're just sitting there waiting for everybody else to possibly give you an acting job, and that's not how you survive in business. Not according to how I view it, you know?
Well, you certainly are doing the right thing, because the list of your credits is really, really long and distinguished.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a long 12 years of hard work and a little luck involved. But you know, most of the time it's the art of showing up. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to show up because it's your business, it's your brand, and you have to open up the door to your business every single day, and not just sit back. I think that as an actor, as a business person, as an entrepreneur, you have to stay proactive always. And that's just my motto of that's how you keep things going. And then it's working out well. So I'm happy about that.
Well, I'm happy for you. The film that you were working on in New Orleans, is that codename The Dragon?
Yes, that's the one that we're prepping probably later in fall this year. We're also doing another film as well before that film. So, but yeah, that's my independent project. It's low budget, but it's project that I'm directing to as well, besides acting.
Oh, cool.
I'm sure you guys got a lot of questions about this big new action film that we have coming out. So, yeah, let's get into it if you guys are ready.
I do have some questions about Mile 22, but we'll get there in a little bit. First, I want to talk about you.
Okay.
Now, you were born in Saigon, and you spent like the first 12 years there, and then you moved here. So what do you remember about growing up in Saigon?
Most people in America would not understand, as far as kids, what it's like to grow up in Saigon. If they did, they would be a lot better kids to their parents. Number one, you can work all day as a construction worker and you get only $2. That's what you get. Vietnam, no toilet paper, no actual sitting toilet. You go down to the river, you sit on two 2x4s. That's how you handle your business with some newspaper. No air conditioning, no hot water, no cars, no sports after school, so we all took martial arts after school. And whatever social class status that you were born in, that's pretty much where you're going to end up. There's no if or but about it. And that's what Saigon was, at the time, after the communists took over. After the American people who helped us from the South, when they left, the communists were very, very, I think it's just impossible with us. I don't like to get political, but most people who think communistic and socialist are great, believe me, most of us, including myself, we run away from that kind of stuff, you know what I mean, because we lived it. So the Vietnam and the Saigon, the Hanoi that a lot of people know now are nothing what it used to be. You can understand a little bit what I mean, you know what I mean?
Wow. That's a pretty prescient point, I think. So what made your mom decide to bring you over here?
Well, at 17 years old in Vietnam, you are automatically drafted into the military, just like if you were to have the draft still here in the United States. You have no choice. You have to leave to go fight the wars in, the borders of Laos, the border of Cambodia, the borders of all the northern Vietnam countries that, they borderline everything. And if you don't go, if you go into hiding, they will catch you, they will beat you, and then you're injured, you're critically injured, and then you still have to go to war. So your chances of dying will increase. So my mother left on a boat for us to get a better life. That's why she came over to the United States by boat. And then we didn't make it, she didn't make it all the way from Vietnam to America. They were lucky they didn't get stopped by the pirates normally around Thailand area, who normally would kill the men and the children and rape the women and kill everyone on the boat and take whatever they have. They got lucky. They got picked up by a really big ship from Holland. And then from Holland, they brought my mother to Singapore, and my aunt, who was already here in the United States, came and picked her up. And then they did all the passports and everything legally for us to come here to America for a better way of life. And it took us 7 years to come to this country. And believe me, most people think that we get a chance to come here for free, but we didn't. They charged us each $1,500 for the visa, the green card to come here. We paid $50 a month until that bill was done. So it wasn't free. When I took my citizenship test, it was $250. Now it's $1,000 to take your citizenship test. So we paid it, we did it the right way, and we came here for a better way of life, because in America, whether it may not be the best country in the world, my friend, but it is still the country that you can become whatever or whomever you want to be. This is still the country that you can do it. No doubt about it. Now, my dad's from Honduras. So believe me, between Honduras and Viet Nam, I have stories for days on how life could be so much worse. You know what I mean?
I bet you do.
The way I was brought up and the poverty and the situation we were as teenagers, it pushes me to do what I do now, because anything that I can do now, it can only go up. It can't go down, because we've been to the bottom of the bottom.
Wow. That's a really forward-thinking and optimistic mindset. I think it has served you well, my friend.
Yes, it has, man. Yes, it has, because I've seen the worst. And believe me, it's so funny, because after coming here for so many years, and life was great, we got knocked on our butt again, because I was caught up for Katrina. So we were back to sleeping on the concrete floor again.
No.
Yes, I was one of the Katrina survival victims here in New Orleans, Louisiana, buddy.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. You take it for what it is, and you just ride that wave, man, because of Katrina, I lost my business as a producer. I was a rap music producer. And because of Katrina, this is why you and I have a conversation 12 years later. Because of Katrina, there was nothing else to do in New Orleans. I was construction workers. I was one of those Mexican guys you've seen outside of Home Depots and Lowe's. And then that's how I got into the movie business. So 12 years later, you and I are having a conversation on this wonderful podcast, and I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and I really appreciate it. But if it wasn't for Katrina, who knocked us on our butt again, we would be here having this conversation. So life is funny. Life has its own ways to give you things, but it's not what's being dealt to you. It's how you react to it that's going to make the difference in your life. And that's my way of thinking with life.
Now, because you grew up in Saigon and, your dad's from Honduras, is that the reason that you have such a good work ethic? I mean, after Katrina, you could have just sat around and complained, but you started a whole new blossoming career and worked your ass off. Do you think it's because of those stories and where you grew up?
Yes. It's your upbringing. You never want to go back to where it was before, where what's pretty much worse. You always push yourself to work harder and harder to accomplish things that you want in life. I believe that many people sat around and complained after Katrina, but there were a lot of people who took advantage of Katrina and made a better life for themselves, not just me. I chose a different path with a different career, but many people who believe in working hard, they made out very well after Katrina. So, yes, when it comes back to it, your upbringing by the time you're teenagers years, on what it's like, what's the value of $1. It helps you, it molds you to becoming someone. And of course, as you mature into being men, we still make our own mistakes and we still learn every day. But the foundation was there, like I used to collect cans with my dad for 5 cents a can. I mean, that's how we got our money. We didn't get allowances. You know what I mean? Like, we went and collect cans. We went and cut the neighbor's yards. We did everything we could as a teenager. There was no summer. There was work and then school. And so going back to your question, most definitely 1,000% correct. It's my way of upbringing between my father in Honduras, my mom in Viet Nam, that we have the work ethic that we do, because we give ourselves no other choice but to work extremely hard if you want better things for yourself in life.
Nicely put. So after
Yes,
Katrina
sir.
and your music producing career sort of collapsed, what made you decide to get into acting?
Well, that was the only thing left in New Orleans, was Hollywood South. And growing up, so funny because so many people always say, hey, you look like this, a lot of bad guys that play in movies and TV shows. And one of the gentlemen that everyone always reminded me of was, they're like, you never told anybody you look just like Danny Trejo's son? Danny Trejo has a great story himself, who's done over 300 films. I thought about it. I said, maybe I'll give it a try and see what happens. So I started out just like Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, working as extras, getting paid $50 a day. Sometimes we didn't eat. Sometimes we're lucky if we get a sandwich. So that was my humble beginning. I started out on the bottom just like everyone else who wanted to make it in Hollywood. And I went and I started studying as much as I could in acting classes. So I studied from New York to Los Angeles with all the top-notch acting coaches, because I believe that you want to be the best. You have to study with the best, and you have to work with and among the best for you to be able to sharpen up your skills. So, and that was my beginning of trying out, because I've always got this look that when I walk into a room, people give me this weird look, and and I'm just thinking to myself, like, look, being a bad guy doesn't really pay. It pays really well in the films and the TV shows, but it doesn't pay in real life. And so I kind of use that thing, that, whether you call it factor, that thing, the color, or just whatever that you might call it, and I just use it towards a TV and a film and a Hollywood business.
Well, you do appear very intimidating, my friend. You are crazy built, and that makes me wonder, how much can you lift? How much can you bench?
Okay, so I got injured when I did a fight with Kellen Lutz on a movie with Bruce Willis called Extraction. And before that, I was benching 315, and I tore my chest, my back, my shoulder, and some of my triceps. So now my bench very really has suffered. I mean, the best is 225, but my squat is 450. My deadlift is 450. So the squat and the deadlift are very heavy, and those compound movements keep you strong and it keeps your thickness and your size. So I work out regularly, man. Like I keep myself in shape. I listen to two people who inspire me in this world. Is that Dwayne Johnson? He always said, "Be the hardest worker in the room," and that's what I follow. And never let anyone else out hustle you, outwork you. Like same way with Will Smith. He has amazing, inspiring, like quotes and motivational speeches that he gives daily. Stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. And that's the way I live it. So when I'm not auditioning, when I'm not driving around the country, and when I'm not on set, when I'm not writing my own films or editing my own films or directing my short films, I'm in the gym 6 days a week training. And you're gonna laugh because of my size, I pay for 6 gym memberships a month across the United States because I don't know which gym I'm going to be at.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you have to be kind of crazy to be an actor and hoping to make it in Hollywood. So I already had that mentality going in, like, yes, I'm going to do this the best, craziest ways. Believe me, when we get into it deeper, if we get to that point, I've been homeless for 3 months in Los Angeles. I stepped on my car. I've done all the things that most A-listers have done in order to make it to the top. Now, I'm not saying that I could be A-lister or Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise, but I'm shooting very, very high, and I've been very blessed and honored for the last 12 years to have the resume that I have. And I'm not stopping. I'm just touching the surface. Mile 22 is just touching the surface of the rest of the people, domestically, internationally, what they can see, I bring to the picture. So yeah, I'm just touching the surface, bro.
Well, those weightlifting numbers that you mentioned, those sound like a lot like my numbers. Oh, wait.
Well, I mean, hey, you could probably lift more than me. I don't know that until we get in the gym.
Well,
I never underestimate anyone until we get under the bar.
Oh, you know what? Those numbers, you were talking pounds, right? Oh, no, I meant ounces. I could lift that many ounces.
But you know what? If you look good and you feel good and you're happy with yourself, with your gains, it doesn't matter what the poundage is. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because sometimes when they make me lose weight, Believe me, dude, I hate, eating an apple and tuna all day, but I have to do it to drop 20 pounds. I used to be bigger. I used to be 20 pounds heavier. And then, they told me, hey, my agents and my managers like, hey, if you want to be taken seriously in this business, you need to lose weight, because if not, you'll just be a beefhead. So I dropped from 215 to, I'm at 195 right now. So I dropped a lot. It's almost like telling a woman to get fat, you know what I mean? They don't want to hear that.
Wow.
And I didn't want to hear it, but I had to do it. So, yeah,
That's nuts. Hey, so after being told for years that you look like Danny Trejo, how exciting was it to finally work with him?
Dude, it was a dream come true. So I chased his director, which is his first cousin, Robert Rodriguez, because I know he thinks outside the box. He always went against the grain, against Hollywood. And so I chased him 6 years, and I finally got to work with Danny Trejo on Machete Kills. And it's funny because the story is like this. They were supposed to shoot that scene a long time ago, but his band members went on tour. So they did the whole movie except that beginning scene in the intro. And he put out like a mass number of calls. He needed someone to intimidate Danny Trejo at the beginning of the film. It opens up the film. And so they searched nationwide, and sure enough, the only one that came up was I finally got to meet Robert Rodriguez, and he thought I looked so much like Danny Trejo. He put my hair in a ponytail because my hair was long just like Danny, and I looked like the younger Danny Trejo. And so, I was able to intimidate, quote unquote, in the film across from Danny Trejo in the opening scenes of Machete Kills. So that's how it happened. They needed someone who could look like they could take Danny Trejo out. But I'm sure if you guys, once you guys see the movie, you guys see what happened. It took a lot to take me. So.
Very cool. And you must have hit it off with Robert because you've done a few things with him, right?
Yes, because I look so much like Danny. I've read for many lead roles for the From Dusk to Dawn series on El Rey Network. But by default, if I would have gotten any other role, he was not going to find anyone else to play younger Danny Trejo. So I end up getting the younger Danny Trejo role, which is the iconic Razor Charlie, that's his character's name, Razor Charlie from the Titty Twister in the movie. So I played younger Danny Trejo on the TV series. And then, we've continued to work more. I have another film coming out with Robert, such an amazing director and visionary, man. I learned a lot from him. A lot of his tools are coming in with me, when I'm directing actors, when I'm, sketching out my scenes. And I have a film with him coming out, very, very big film called ALITA, Battle Angel. It comes out in December. That's the one that's produced by James Cameron at the end of this year.
Is that an animated movie?
Yes, it is. It is the ALITA Battle Angel animated action flick, and it is the bomb.
That sounds crazy. And then you have another movie coming out in October called VENOM, right?
Yes, with one of my all-time favorite actors, Tom Hardy.
So since he's one of your all-time favorite actors, what was it like to work with him?
Oh, man, it was surreal. I introduced myself to him, and I congratulated him, not on all the blockbuster hits that he had. I mean, Batman, Inception, like all the big films he had, But I congratulated him on a film called Bronson, when no one really knew about Tom Hardy yet. And it touches him really, really deep. And this is his quote. This is what he said, man. That was when I was, so hungry with my team, wanting to show the world what I can do. I'm still hungry now, but that was the time when we need to let the world know what I can do. And so he was very touched that I watched all his movies. He signed all my DVDs that I have with him. But Bronson was the thing that really touched his heart. So if you guys haven't seen Bronson, you guys got to get that movie, man. It is unbelievably amazing of Tom Hardy. He portrayed this real guy in prison named Bronson.
Well, everybody should definitely check that out. I think it's currently on Netflix. I think I saw it recently on there.
It's really dope, too. And by the way, if you guys on Netflix, I have another film that's on Netflix, too, called Kickboxing Retaliation, with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Christopher Lambert, from the Highlander. There can only be one. So that's also on there too.
And you're also gonna be in the third film in that trilogy, right?
Yes, I believe we're gearing up for the third kickboxer film. It will be filmed in Bangkok in September through October. I believe that's when we start pre-production.
Wow, man, what does your passport look like?
I just renewed it, so it's got about 6 or 7 stamps, but the other one was pretty full because we also travel for Mile 22, the ungoverned film. We traveled to Bogota too as well. It was a nice trip over to Bogota.
So when you shot in Colombia, didn't the president of Colombia, Juan Manuel Santos, didn't he show up to set?
Yes, he did. Him and his son.
Were you on set that day?
Yes, I was. I was pretty much on set every day in Bogota. We had to finish a lot of stuff in Bogota because all my stuff is also, they have to tie me in a lot on the exterior shots with Mark Walberg and everybody else. So we shot a lot. We shot pretty much every day for the 3 weeks and a few days there before Valentine's Day, where everybody, wanted to go home and spend time with their loved ones. But then we shot every day, no doubt about it. We blew up so many things on the main street boulevard of Bogota, Colombia. So I was really happy, and I'm blessed that the president came by and everybody came by, and they gave us an amazing amount of support to be able to do the things we did in that city. We blew things up. I mean, it's just crazy. We blew things up on the street. You know what I mean? Like, restaurants, so it wasn't just green screen on the studio lot. I mean, we physically did a lot of stuff. I mean, it's a Peter Berg flick, man. So everything is really, it has realism in it. You know what I mean? It's not just green screen and it's visual effects. It's everything happened in real time as well.
So coming from, your very humble beginnings and then having that setback with Katrina to now you've worked with Oliver Stone and Robert Rodriguez and Antoine Fuqua and, Tom Hardy and Mark Walberg and Danny Trejo. Like, do you just pinch yourself every day at how awesome your new life is versus what it could be?
Yes, and I still do on every set, on every audition, on every lead call back with directors and producer. I mean, as I'm sitting here really talking to you now, it is surreal. From a young, very skinny kid from Viet Nam to coming over here to be actually sitting here getting interviewed by you and the people that are hearing my conversations. You know what I mean? It's surreal in itself, brother. So yes, every single day, every single moment, it is a surreal thing for me because, I still can't believe it sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, you're just sitting here. I take a deep breath, because, I'm always, on the next hustle. But sometimes, like you said, I actually have to make myself sit back and just say, hey, slow your roll, see what you've come so far. You have so much more to go, so much more to accomplish. But sometimes just sit back and just give yourself a little break and breathe and then pinch yourself. And I definitely do that, brother. No doubt about it. When you meet me or anyone meet me, they never know what I do when I walk around the street. You'll never know it. Because I feel to believe that I'm just a regular kid who got blessed. I worked extremely hard against anyone that wants to do this. But at the same time, I was a gym rat first. So I'm a weightlifter, and I learned the art of, acting in the business of it and the business end of it. But I'm still just like you and I. You and I would speak like this, even if it wasn't for the movies. And if you and I said like this, or anyone for the matter of fact, we would just have regular conversation between man and man or man versus women as well as human being first. So for me, how I talk to you, how you talk to me, it's all about the human interaction. Like, if you follow me on Instagram, I don't need to follow you back because you have, 100,000 followers or 50,000 followers. I'll follow you back if you're a cool person. I'll follow you back because you have inspirational quotes or great positive vibe. If you have 5 followers, brothers, I follow you because I feel you. I think you're cool, and that's how I am. I don't do the business strategic like a lot of these people on social media, Like, they follow you or they don't want to follow you or they like your post, they don't want to like your post. I'm a human being first, brother. So if we vibe, we get down, we feel each other like that, then, hey, we keep communication. And that's how I live. Anyone that come across me, they'll tell you, that's the kind of person that I am. That's the kind of person they meet,
Well, I think that attitude has probably not hurt your career at all because nobody wants to work with an asshole.
Not at all. Not at all. Trust me. And to be honest with you, I've had an amazing time because everyone that I've worked with have been amazing. Tom Cruise. I mean, Morgan Freeman. I mean, you name it. It's an honor to work with them, and all of them have been amazing. Not even a 1 point negative for me for all these A-listers that I've met and worked with. So it's been an amazing journey, to tell you that, brother.
That is awesome. Let's talk about Mile 22 for a little bit, all right?
Yeah, sure.
So Mile 22 is directed by Peter Berg. It stars Mark Walberg, Ronda Rousey, John Malkovich, and you. And it comes out in theaters everywhere August 17th, right?
Yes, sir. August 17th is the day.
Now, you made the trailer, and you're in the trailer a lot. You're in the trailer more than Ronda Rousey and John Malkovich. How's that feel?
Surreal. I'm picturing myself every day. I watch all the trailers that SPX Studios, Films Entertainment put out, and I give them many thanks and my gratitude towards SPX Films Studios and Entertainment because they gave me an opportunity to do something great with the film. And I have to thank Peter Berg. I have to thank Mark Walberg because they're also the people who co-signed everything that Peter Berg crafted for our scenes in our movies. So I want to thank all the big studios heads in charge and Pete and Mark Walberg and everyone. So believe me, man, it's a hell of a ride. And I can't wait for the rest of the people to see it at Mile 22 because it's action-packed. When you finish the film, when you're walking out, you're going to say to yourself, whoa, what a ride that was. Yes. And then, by the way, Ronda Rousey was amazing. Mark Walberg, Lauren Cohen, Iko Uwais, my homeboy. Everyone who's on the cast, they're amazing cast and crew. Everyone, man, as a whole.
Very cool. Now, they're setting this up to be a franchise, right? There's going to be another couple of these made if it does well?
They're going into pre-production for the second one in November, and they have a third one. And I believe that the studios is planning for a TV series as well.
Yes, that is a short-term live-action series called The Kiev Exchange.
So they're planning that as we speak, but they're going into pre-production for number 2 already. That should be in November. I believe they're going to start in Bogota.
Wow, that's kick-ass. Obviously, we haven't seen it, so we don't know what happens to your character, and let's not spoil it, but hopefully maybe we'll see you in the next ones or in the series.
Most definitely. Yes, you have to watch it, and it's going to be amazing. You will not know what happens to me. That's how amazing Peter Berg is as a director, as a filmmaker, as a visionary. So, yeah, you won't know what happened to me at all, even when you watch the movie. That's the beauty of it. So, yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to go to the premiere, and I can't wait for the rest of the people, the fans, everybody across the world to see Mile 22, August 17th this year.
I cannot wait to see it in theaters right now.
Yes, most definitely, yes.
So some of your other roles, you have a varied different look, and some of the roles that you play are widely different. Everything from the role you played in Salem to Unearthed to Mothman, Machete Kills, Westworld, even the Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. So how crazy is it when you put on all this makeup and all these prosthetics? And I guess sometimes you even shave your head for roles, right?
Yes. When I shave my head for a role, I actually look like Lex Luthor. Yes. But I think, as an actor, I wanna transform into the role. I don't want to just always look the same. So I try my best, in between times, if I'm not on another shoot, to give the director and the producers choices of what this character that I bring to life would be. And so, I'm blessed to be ethnically ambiguous. So, I can play Hawaiian, I play a terrorist, I'm just Mexican, Asian, all over, Polynesian, Hawaiian, you name it. I think the only movies and TV shows I can't play in, which I love, would be like period pieces because, you have to either be black or white because that was the, actual conflict that Hollywood wants to portray. So other than that, all the other roles, believe me, if it's not black and white, it's in my arena because I'm Polynesian, Asian, Hispanic, French, Native American, and so I'm really mixed up. You change my hair, you change my style, my look, my beard, I'm a different person. And this new look right now that you see me in Mile 22, that is not me doing it. That's actually, I have to give that credit to Peter Berg. Because when I came in to audition read for him in the studios and also the rehearsal, I looked like Jason Momoa. I had a long goatee. My hair was down to my neck. I mean, I looked just like, a different version of Jason Momoa. And so the clean look is what you see now is what Peter Berg made. He did that. That was all on him. It's my first time that a director who actually said, hey, I believe that this guy should be this way. And I followed his lead, and it worked out amazing. And then you see the picture on my IMDb or either Instagram or social media or Facebook or Google it. I understand why Peter Berg did it, because my haircut had to be similar with Mark Walberg's haircut. And so we look similar, but we're from different countries. And in the film, I'm his nemesis, he's mine. We have a long history that they didn't get to. So maybe they'll get to it in part 2 or part 3, what have you, or the series. But he and I have many run-ins with each other, so we know each other very well. You're one and the same. You just work for different countries, but you are equally as skilled, everything else as a matter for the character for the film. So I can't wait till you guys, actually see it. And that's one of the reasons why, you guys see me so much in the trailer, is because it's a mono thing between Mark Walberg and I. So it's great. I'm happy for that. I saw Peter Saturday at a boxing match here in New Orleans, so he was here supporting one of his fighters. So I want to give a shout out to Peter Berg, Mark Walberg, everyone else who's involved on the film, because of them, they co-signed on everything I did, man. It could have been anybody else, but Peter Berg saw something in me, and I'm happy, and I'm always ready. My knife is always sharpened. So when given an opportunity, I'm going to do the best that I can. I don't leave anything on the table, brother. So you got to keep it sharp. You got to keep it ready. You got to have all your tools ready, because when you're called upon, if you're not ready, believe me, Peter Berg is the fastest director I've ever worked with. If I was not ready, prepared, everything else in my life have prepared me to this point for that. Believe me, man, most directors have a problem with 3 pages. I've seen Peter Berg film 17 pages in one day. So he's a different kind of director, brother. Believe me. And when you see, you understand. You saw Lone Survivor. You saw, Deepwater Horizon, Patriot Day. You've seen him, so you know the kind of work that he does when it comes to, action-packed stuff,
Absolutely. And once again, guys, we're talking about Mile 22, which is in theaters right now. Go see it. I know I'm going to see it.
Yeah, you guys go see it. Go check that out, and post comments. I hope you guys enjoy it, but if you don't, I would like to hear it too, because I want to be true to the fans. I want to be true to the people, and the people and the fans and the audience is why we make movies and why we're able to do what we do and do what we love to do. So believe me, if you don't like it, I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. But if you don't like it, we'll try to make it better, and that's how I see it. But I believe that you can enjoy it. It's a nonstop life. So and Mark Walberg, Peter Berg. I mean, they're such a great duo. So what that entails going to be.
Very cool. Now, some time ago, you did work with the great one and only Kimbo Slice on a movie called Lockdown. What was that experience like? How was Kimbo?
Man, Kimbo is great, man. Rest in peace, homie. I hope you're looking down, blessing us, man. He came from the street, only fought in the backyard just to feed his family, bro. And he had a heart condition this whole time. It was amazing. I got my butt whipped 11 hours. It took for us to film that fight scene, and I got hit for real every other shot, because he's not a stunt, stage combat guy. I am. And so, but he did the best, and I did the best, and I almost overheated halfway through. They gave me some pizza. I was laying out on a mattress. I needed to take a break for an hour before I get up and we fight again. For a 2 minute and 38-second cut that you see in the film, it was amazing. Kimbo is amazing at, he doesn't, I get it, the fans know he doesn't know how to wrestle, he doesn't have jiu-jitsu, he doesn't have the ground game. But I promise you don't want to stand there and get hit by Kimbo Slice. At times, I have to yell cut. I saw stars. Normally you don't do that as an actor. You let the director do that, but I couldn't continue. I saw stars. I needed some kind of medical attention. So I would yell cut. And they understood because they saw me get hit. If you see some pictures, if you Google Sam Medina and Kimbo Slice, you see my face. My face looked like Sylvester Stallone, in Rocky when he's yelling out, "Adrian!" That's what I look like. Yeah, I got pretty banged up on that movie, man. But it taught me something. I didn't know how tough of a chin I had. I didn't get knocked out. I mean, I got stars. I was dazed, but I found out that day I had a really good chin, and it was not glass jaw. So that was the thing I took out of it. Besides, the film's amazing. Daniel Zarelli, He's such a cool director, producer. We're still friends to this day. And yeah, Kimbo and his son, I think they're going to make a movie about Kimbo, so I'm happy about that, man. He's such a good dude, man. Like, people misunderstand a guy like that because he looks so intimidating. But the guy has, the biggest heart. He just wants to feed his family, brother. And then to me, no matter, whatever mistakes he did in life, if you as a father and you're just out here doing whatever you can with a heart condition to feed your children, to feed your wife, man, you have my utmost respect. And that's who Kimbo Slice is, man. So I can't wait to when they do this biopic movie, I'm definitely going to go see it and support it,
Absolutely. Now, as we're winding down, can you tell everybody where they can find you on social media?
My social media is Sam Medina Official. I apologize. I'm not a pussy actor. I had to pick official because someone took my name. So Sam Medina Official, or you can Google Sam Medina and my Facebook will come up. Sam Medina Official on my business page, director page, and also Instagram as well. I don't really do Twitter too much. I find, I think it's a great tool, but as me, I've spent enough time to promote daily on Instagram and Facebook. So, I'm more active, very active on Instagram and Facebook every day. So everyone can reach me as Sam Medina, SAMMEDINA Official on Instagram. And I hope you guys follow me and, please keep, positive vibes, positive quotes and you do it live and I follow you back because I really believe that, hey, look, if you bring something positive to my life, because I'm hoping I'm bringing something positive to yours, let's follow each other and let's, support each other's journey. That's my mindset.
Well said. And Sam, do you have a website?
No, man. Nobody uses a website anymore. I wish I made one. No one go to it. They're like, what's your social media? How many followers you have? It's just, that's the way it is now. Like no one does website anymore, man. Like, they want to take their time to go, I want to see your website. Like, they want to know you. Oh, can I Google you? Yes, you can Google me. And I think that the world that we live in now, everybody goes straight to social media. So it's not always conducive. It's not always productive to have a website. So you guys can catch me on there, on IMDb.
So everybody go see Sam Medina right now in Mile 22 in theaters August 17th with Mark Walberg. And then in October, go see Tom Hardy and Sam in VENOM. And then in December, go see Sam in ALITA, Battle Angel, written and produced by James Cameron. Did I cover everything, Sam?
Yes, you have, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Just like you said, it's surreal to have three biggest films of my life come out in theaters back to back in the 2 month span on August, October, and December. So I've worked really hard last year. So yes, this year these are the three biggest films that I have that are coming out. With Mile 22, which is going to be a franchise. It's STX Films and Studios. They produce a lot of big films. VENOM. I've always wanted to be in comic book character movies, and that's accomplished. And then with ALITA Battle Angel, I play a 10-foot robot. So you're going to be like, oh, this is something that you've never seen me in before. And I'm hoping from that, some way, somehow, I can maybe slide in to read for James Cameron for a future Avatar movie. That's my plan.
That'd be awesome. And guys, don't forget to go to Netflix and check out Kickboxer Vengeance and Kickboxer Retaliation.
Yes, most definitely, man. I really appreciate all the fans out there, people who's tuning in, you for interviewing me, the podcast, everybody that, they're supporting us. I thank you, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do right now. So I really, really thank you for the support, for everything. And if I run into you in the street, please, I'm not one of those actors, man. I will take a picture with you. The younger generation, I will Snapchat with you, whatever that might be. It is okay. I'm flattered that you want a picture with me. So don't hesitate. Don't think, unless I'm, out with the wife and, I have to spend some quality time. But if you see me, don't hesitate to come up. I don't mind at all. Like I said, I'm flattered that you guys even want something like that. I must have made some kind of impression in your life or your journey or something you watched that you liked that I was in. So, if you, want a selfie, Snapchat, hey, don't think that I'm not approachable, because I am. And I would be glad and happy to take pictures with our fans, because once again, without the fans, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. and he wouldn't be able to do what he does. So we do it because we love it. We do it because we also have you guys supporting us. So it works hand in hand. So yeah. So you see me, hey, you say, hey man, can I get a picture? Whatever that might be. And it gets done. So no problem at all.
Well, kick ass. Sam, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, and maybe we can get you back next year and talk about Codename the Dragon when that comes out.
Yes, Codename the Dragon will be out next year. I'm also directing another one after the Kickboxer Armageddon is going to start when we come back. I'm also directing another movie with Kung Lee and this other lady, Chun Nguyen, big superstar in Viet Nam. That's going to be called Target. So those will be next year. And then, I'm still hustling between now and the end of the year. So, I'm sure we'll definitely get together again and talk about some more things in the future. So, next time if you have the same fans, if they have questions or whatever that might be, let's get to it. Let's talk about it. Let's have fun and discussing things.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. Where are you out of?
I'm in San Antonio.
I drive to San Antonio all the time.
Oh, cool.
Dude, no, seriously. I drive from New Orleans to Los Angeles all the time, and I go through San Antonio. Or if I'm in town in Austin, it's not that far of a drive from you, so come on up because I'm able to get you in and, we do some interview or podcast because I'm sure I'll be working with Robert Rodriguez again, and we always film in Austin, which is in your backyard.
Yes, it is.
So it would be great for us to be able to talk and, whether it's in front of Troublemaker Studios or whatever that might be, because I also plan to be one of Robert's directors for his network, El Rey Network. So I've already expressed that to him already as well. So maybe, who knows in the future, you can interview me as the director, directing for Robert Rodriguez on his television show.
Well, that'd be awesome.
Well, yeah, most definitely, brother. So we'll rendezvous whether it's in San Antonio or maybe in Austin, no doubt. Yeah, because one day I was in Los Angeles. I was at a Starbucks on the Brea Sunset, and my agent calls. You want to audition Sin City 2. I drove 22 and a half hours from Los Angeles to Austin for an audition and didn't get the part. And then from Austin, I drove to Atlanta to work on a TV show called Let's Stay Together for BBC. From Atlanta from Austin is 16 hours. And then I drove that. I worked that TV show, Let's Stay Together for BET. I drove eight and a half hours back to New Orleans. The next week, they asked me again, hey, would you drive to Austin? And that's when my journey began with Robert Rodriguez, Machete Kills. So I'm relentless. I don't tell them no. When they ask me, other actors probably would say, no, I don't feel like going because I already drove 22 and a half hours for nothing. So I went, and I continue to go. So now, I work with Robert and not having to audition for him. They call my agent and my manager. We work out a deal, and we do the film. So I make those drives like you. It's pretty intense,
That's really cool, man. Well, Sam, you have a great rest of your day and safe travels on your flights. And keep my number in your phone, man. That's my cell number. Reach out the next time you're in my area.
Yeah, most definitely. I'll save it. I'll reach out to you. I mean, we have a latte and some food and stuff like that want to come through. And let's stay in touch, man. I can't wait to speak to you guys and your fans again, most definitely. And thank you for having me.
Thanks so much, Sam. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Mile 22, directed by Peter Berg, starring Mark Walberg, John Malkovich, Ronda Rousey, and Sam Medina. In theaters now.
Do you want to live in a world where everybody feels cozy and validated all the time? Or do you want to live in a world that works? We fight new wars. The old options, military, diplomacy, they don't always succeed. Sometimes you need a third option. That's Overwatch. According to the government, we do not exist. We're ghosts. But we are very real, and we get shit done.
I'm only gonna outline this one time. 9 pounds of radioactive isotope is missing.
It's enough to make 6 major cities uninhabitable.
He knows exactly where it is.
Stop where you are, sir. On your knees. Get out.
What do you want?
I want out of the country.
He's wanted for espionage.
We're talking about a corrupt, low-level cop.
You're sitting here indicates he's not so low level.
Be careful.
You fucking be careful.
Do you have men wandering our embassy?
You good there? Can I trust you?
Put me on a plane to the US and I'll give you everything.
My state of a gangster from the 40s.
To go. This is an Overwatch operation.
The goal is deliver that package to here, mile 22.
Look, you know the game this is.
Take a drive.
Pray guys me by what I'm about to go through.
They got bikes, Dougie.
Pray. I'm trying to beat life cause I can't cheat death.
Brother Salvo, we're in contact, major contact. Requesting hand of God.
Got it. Take it.
Pray.
How many miles out are we?
12.
Our angel can only stay on the ground 10 minutes. They miss that window, they are dead.
Pray.
You keep coming to me until you kill us all. Is that the game today? I'll play.
Everything I've seen made me everything I am. Pray. Fast forward, freeze frame on my pistol. Pray.
You're chaos. I think I might be worse. I am a killer who looks like a hero.
Pray.
You feeling calm, Alice?
Not even a little. Are you?
I'm totally calm.
That's because you're mentally unstable.
Thank you.
Opening music is the song Magnolia from the 2014 album Intransigence, used with permission from Douglas Miles Clark. Closing music is Apollo from the 2001 album Into the Known by the band Sapphire. Thanks for hanging out with us and getting to know a little bit about our guest. We'll see you next time on Fascination Street.